Good evening, welcome to International Racing League IRL summer season. We are at round 5 Germany today. We've got 18 drivers, so almost full grid, which is very good to see. We've got two people who have returned from holiday. Funky is next to Suarez as Paco, and Iceman as Jack. They've come back from their long holiday they had. Just waiting for Sondre to say go for the green light because it's past now, so we should be on the way very shortly. Someone's telling me to shut up. Can't be having that today, huh? It's Lewis Marshall. Welcome to the stream, mate. We'll be underway very shortly. We're waiting on Jack quickly to get us set up, which isn't the best right now. He should have got us set up first, but we are waiting on him. As soon as he rejoins, we'll be underway. We're just waiting on him right now. Just going to go and have a look at the points at the moment for the summer season. If they've been added to F1 constructors. Oh, do we not have a GT4? It's a bit weird.
My home race, MOG Racing Hands.
Ah, there we go. Currently, well, person who's in the lead currently in the summer season in the championship is actually Tim. Is Mr. Explosions, as Tim Bruce. I can't say his last name, so I'm just going to call him Tim. Has got 35 points in lead of the championship right now. Can in second with 34 points, with Billy Mossam tying with Can for second, with also 34 points. Jay in the Williams with 29 points. And Alexander Bastos did a very good drive in Italy for 5th to get 27 points in the Racing Point. It's a very close fight for this summer season championship, but there's only a few rounds to go. So we're now underway. Actually, one person has dropped out from this summer season. His name is Samuel Nazar. Fortunately, he can't make days anymore, so that is unfortunate. So I may be replaced with Aaron Collingwood or someone like that at his pace, but we'll wait and see. So no, Collingwood has joined as reserve today, I believe, possibly in the Sauber. He didn't like how the Williams drove. See if he can perform better today, because the Williams were very unlucky last week. Both of them left the session, so I do agree with this, Lewis, but Sauber and the Williams are not really that much difference in pace, as me and Sondre had discussed. As I'll just get all the telemetry data up. See some people opting to go to hards. Oh, quickly, only one person who's on hards, and that is Can, and one person on mediums is Aaron currently, but no one's leaving the garage yet, which is quite surprisingly. As Tim said, this is his home race, so I hope you do well at your home race, Matt. I believe also it's Can's home race as well. as we're just waiting for someone to come out on track. Oh, and it looks like Callum Anderson's going to be one of the drivers to come out on track. But the first driver will be Can in the Alfa Romeo. No longer the Sauber, it's the Alfa Romeo. As he's on his outlap on a set of hard tyres. Marcel is on a set of soft tyres, so he's going quickly on pace in the Racing Point car. Yeah, there shouldn't be. I did turn it off, but it's come back on. I do apologise for that. I'll quickly try and sort it out. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. I apologise for this. What will it be under? Actually, no. I'll do it for next round. I'm positive I turned it off, so I don't know why it's doing this. But we're now back. As
need to practice for ILR.
Alright then, Lewis. Oh, good luck for that race. As Can's got a drive in front of him. I don't know who that is. It is the Racing Points. I believe that is Marcel. So Marcel is going to be the first one to start a flying lap.
What a pity then.
As we're waiting for Paco Suarez to come out on track and do a lap. As I don't know if Marcel... No, Marcel isn't on a lap because he didn't invalidate it, but Can is. Let's see what Can is. Nice and tight through turn 2. Surprisingly, he's in ERS Mode 5. I do believe ERS Mode 4 is the fastest, and ERS Mode 5 is probably better through the Sector 3 section. So he's flat out, almost up in the speed of 204 miles an hour down the main straight. What gears he go in the hairpin? He goes gear 2 in the hairpin. I wouldn't advise that. I'd go gear 1, get more of a turn in, better exit. I learned that mistake from last year. Saying though, he is on a hard tyres. This is yellows in sector 1 and 3. I believe that's people just slowing down, getting ready for their laps. It's a bad camera view here. No invalidation, very clean lap from Can right now. He is pushing the car.
Expecting Aaron to be very quick with the Ferrari engine.
I don't know, I think Can put him in his place today. Let's see what Can does. Nice and tight through the final 2 corners. Let's see what lap he's going to do. He's going to set a 1:14.4 on a set of hard tyres. Decent lap. A decent lap from Can there. As we'll go on board with Lee. Let's go on board with Lee. He's currently in sector 2. His teammate is not far behind, so I will go on board with Sondre straight after. As Aaron Collingwood said, a 1:14.2 on a set of medium tyres. So that's proven your theory already, Lewis. Aaron's not that faster than Can in an Alfa Romeo. As here comes Lee Kelly on the final turn. Already out of ERS battery, sets a 1:13.2 on a set of mediums. As we go on board, well, Sondre comes into pits actually. Sondre must have made a mistake somewhere. As we'll go on board with Harry Cooper. As Tom has just set a 1:12.8 on a set of softs. To join this, set a 1:13.9 on a set of softs as well. So Lee is the highest medium runner currently. As Harry has got a driver in front of him. So we'll stay on board with Harry. Oh, that is very invalidation. Harry will not be happy with that. That definitely will be invalid. As we'll go with the IRL F2 runner-up in the championship. Let's see what lap he does.
Marshall.
Probably expecting Sondre to bottle lap 1, turn 1. Nah, I believe you can do well here today, Sondre. You've got a decent setup for the car. Scully Paco is approaching the final 2 corners. A nice and tidy lap since he's come back from America. Oh, that is a very invalidation. Unfortunate there from Paco. As
of course you're a bottle.
How was that not an invalidation? He did a 1:14.5. That should have been an invalidation. However, though, he has beaten Louis Quinlan. So he's already beaten his teammate. As we're going to go on board with Jack, another person who's about to finish his lap. Was actually invalid, but it was a 13 flat. Oh no, it wasn't invalid, sorry. I apologise. He's in second place with 113 flats. Good job from Jack there. As we'll go on board, who's ahead? Oh, and Jack has lagged out of the session. That is very unfortunate. Who's ahead of who here? Okay, Billy's ahead of Luke Baker currently. So Billy's on a set of mediums, as Cameron has left the session as well. It's very weird. As here comes Billy around the final corner. See what lap he's going to set, a 1:15.1 in validation from Billy Mossam there. As I believe that is Tim right behind him, behind Luke Baker. Luke Baker's already out of ERS, isn't a good thing for Luke Baker, so he's drained that ERS. As Jack's made it back to the session, which is good to see. Also an invalidation. I was going to say no one set a 1.9 here. I believe that was Harry Cooper. Alexander Bastos is not here, I've just noticed as well. It's unfortunate. As we'll go on board with Sondre. He is on his out lap currently, getting ready to start his lap. As his yellows in 6, 2 and 3. Oh, this doesn't hold him up. As I'm going to go over in the top 4 qualifying prediction since it's still only 10 minutes left of quali. I think Tim is going to get first in quali. I think he's going to beat his lap. I think Billy's going to actually get second, so possible another throwaway 1-2.
Doing laps on softs, could there be a wet start?
Possibly could be a wet start. In third place, I believe Marcel. I think Marcel could do well in third, and then Lee fourth. I don't think Lee's going to beat any of the other drivers today. Sondre is doing quite well. He's the only one I've seen going first gear into the hairpin. Nice and tidy exit. Straight on the power. Straight on ERS mode 5. Sondre isn't confident with this track currently right now. He hasn't been the best at his ability. At the start he was very confident. But now he's losing this confidence, which isn't the best to see, because Sondre is a very good, talented driver in IRL. He has the pace, but he doesn't have it where it matters. So, see what lap he can set on these softs. That could have been an invalidation. He's absolutely flooring it through this section to the final 2 corners. Let's see what Sondre is going to do on the timesheets. Is that an invalidation or nice and tidy exit? What time is it going to be? A 1:13.2 beats Lee Kelly and promotes him to third place. However, I believe Lee Kelly's best lap was on a set of mediums. Yes, it was a 1:13.2. Nice lap from Lee Kelly there. But I've got to say, Sondre smashed that lap. Did the best he could, I believe, on that run. As we're going to go on board with Tijonis, the fellow Norwegian of Sondre. Great mates, these two. See what Tijonis does now. I don't believe his lap is invalid. He's still pushing. That could have been an invalidation. His tack has improved on his lap. A 1:12.6 in the Red Bull. As Harry Cooper has just smashed that lap with 1:12.3 on the set of soft tyres in the Racing Point. That Mercedes engine will help him out. And now here comes the McLaren. What time is the McLaren going to set? A 1:13 flat. A second improvement from Tijonis. Great lap.
Make me mod emoji wink.
Unfortunately, Lewis, I can't do that unless Sondre, I believe, says that it's not my channel. So, as Tijonis sets a 13 flat, so 3rd, 4th and 5th have set 13 flats, who are quite close to each other. So it's very going to be an interesting race between the McLaren's, Racing Point and Red Bull, and possibly the Renaults. But we'll wait and see, because I believe Lee Kelly is on an outlap on a set of softs. I believe Kevin Harrison is still in a set of hards. Now there's only 7 minutes and 40 seconds.
The attic, I deserve a mod, LOL.
Sorry, Lewis.
No, Lewis.
Sondre said no, so you take the hint. As on board with Kevin, I believe he should be coming in on his in lap right now, because I don't believe this is a smart strategy to go on hard, especially 3 laps.
Fuck you, egg. Emoji happy tears. Best budget wheel for F1? All I was for pole then, just touched the grass. 150. Panava music.
Well, Panava music, I wouldn't really go with the wheel, really. Especially the T150. I'd go the G29. That's a good wheel. It's better than the T150 because the T150 usually can decalibrate through the race, which can be a problem. The G29 does not decalibrate. So I'd suggest go to G29. Maybe a bit more expensive, but if you're lucky like I was.
G29 all the way.
There you go. There's Bran, G29. But I'm still a pad user. I only use G29 for practice.
I agree with Jay, stay with pad.
Yeah.
OTY.
As I will go on board with Lee Kelly, who is on a lap, but he doesn't like he's improved. Also, no, yes he has. He said a 112.6 on softs.
But I will stay with pad.
As Paco has just finished a lap, improved with a 113.5, promotes him to 11th place. So Frunky's not getting the pace he needs currently right now. Paco needs to step up if he wants to get some points on the board. Because I think he's filling in Nino's shoes for today, since Nino is unfortunate again to make it. As who should we go on board with? You know, let's go on board with Billy Mossam, who is currently on a lap. As the Mercedes driver gets out of the way, very smart from the Mercedes driver. I believe that was Callum Anderson. It must be, because Luke Baker is in the pits. It's Billy and Tim are the high people to go for 1-2. But nice to see the Ferrari up there. As Tim, as I said, just sets a 112.3. This is going to be a very close race. The top 9. Very close as yellows in sector 1, so someone must have either spun it. I believe that might have been Kevin, because Kevin's still 5 laps on those hards. I don't know what he's playing at right now. As Billy Mossam is about to set a 112.8 and promotes him to 10th. Oh, sorry, no, it was in validation. Oh, no, that's unfortunate. That would have put him to 5th. Unfortunate there from Billy, as that was in validation. As we'll go on board with Kevin Harrison. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, it's Kevin Harrison almost loses the control. He's lost control of the car and crashed. There is yellows in sector 3 near the fast right. Kevin Harrison has crashed out. So that's very unfortunate from Kevin, as Callum almost crashed out, it looks like, in sector 1. As the only person who's really on the lap is actually Tom, who's about to finish his lap, but he's 2.5 seconds down. So what about Billy? Billy's still up on his time.
Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. Does he think it's the race?
Possibly, Lewis. I apologise if you can hear a grass cutter in the mic. I'll have to shut my window in a minute. There's neighbours. As Cooper's called it a day, thinks that's a good enough position. But what's Billy Mossam going to do? A 112.7 promotes him to 5th place. Not even an improvement from his invalidation time. So it's very unfortunate there from Billy. I was expecting him to get 2nd. As let's see what Marcel does. Marcel's currently a 10th up on his time, and he's a 13 flat currently, so he could set a 13.8 or 13. Sorry, not 13.8, a 12.8 or 12.9. See what lap he's going to set. Very nice and clean lap from Marcel. Not pushing it as much as I've seen him push a car. Especially in GT Sport from yesterday, he was pushing that BMW to its limits. Marcel's been very relaxed though. He's a new member of the Nexus team, so expect him to be more aggressive really. It's nice to tidy through the final 2 corners. Let's see what lap he is going to set. He is an improvement. What is it going to be? A 112.6 beats Billy and Tom. Even though that didn't look like an improvement, it was. 4th. Well done from Marcel there. So Racing Point team look very strong as Jack is currently on a lap in the Red Bull. Hopefully he's hoping to beat his teammate who's currently in 5th place.
Nexus LOL.
Well, enough of that. As we'll stay on board with Jack, who I believe is up on his time. See, Jack is doing quite well right now. He's doing better than Paco. Both been on holiday, so Jack is more up to speed with the Red Bull. And does a 112.7, beats Billy, and almost matches his teammate there. Look how close this leaderboard is. As Tom actually does come out, going to do another lap, it looks like. As we'll go on board with Louis Quinlan, as Louis Quinlan looks like he's about to finish that. There's a second improvement, so he's probably going to set a 13.6 on a set of soft tyres. Oh, as what's his best lap on? Set of mediums, so that's an average gap between the minis. Oh, that could be an invalidation. He will be furious if that is. It isn't though, it moves him to 8th at 112.8. But you probably lost a lot of time from that. As Paco Suarez is currently almost 5/10 up on his time. A set of 113.5. So if he stays like this, he is in turn 1. Also goes gear 1 a bit later than Sondre. But probably could challenge Jack, as Marcel has retired from the session. Now I don't know if he's crashed out or he's called it a day for quali, because there's only 40 seconds remaining. Now if anyone invalidates now, could have a struggle to make it back, as you can see the debris from Kevin, and look how close Paco got to the wall there. Very close to touching that wall. As Lee Kelly beats Tim, a 112.2.
Hope turn 1 goes okay.
As here comes Paco Suarez. Let's see what lap he is going to do. A 112.7, beats Louis Quinlan, but does not beat Jack, Billy or Tom, who are very close between Paco. I've got to say, this grid's actually quite close today, and Aaron hasn't been doing very well. As here comes Bran. It's currently a 10th improvement right now. Won't be on the bottom, however, there is a Red Bull behind. Is that Jack? Let's have a look. Yeah, it is. I don't know why Jack stayed out. He's kind of ruined his chances with those tyres. He has to stay out of Brandon's way, because Brandon is on a lap now, but so is Jack. So, but I think Brandon could get 5th, as long as he doesn't invalidate.
Aaron didn't come out the pits.
Classic bottle from Aaron then.
I almost did
Jack.
battle when I was purple in the 2nd sector.
Well, interesting note, Sondre has said he almost did a Vettel from last year, and as he was purple in the 2nd sector, so Sondre could have been 1st. As here comes Bran, let's see what he does. A 112.9 promotes him to well, actually no, that wasn't even an improvement.
Wet or dry race?
I don't want
Those on softs are clueless if dry, 'cause yellows are way better than softs.
Well, I don't really want to know what the race is yet. We'll find out very shortly. So just wait and see, as qualifying is over. I'll go down the grid order for you. As
I thought that as well.
As Lee Kelly is in the lead with a 112.2, 500ths faster than Tim in 2nd place. 3rd place is Harry Cooper in the Racing Point. 4th place is Can in the Alfa Romeo. 6th is Tom in the Red Bull. 5th is Tom in the Red Bull. 6th is Marcel in the Racing Point. 7th is Sir Jonas, beat his fellow Norwegian Sondre in the McLaren. 8th is Jack in the Red Bull. 9th is Billy Mossam. 10th is Paco in the Haas. 11th is Louis Quinlan in the Haas. 12th is Brandon in the Toro Rosso. I didn't catch the rest of that. I will go down that in the formation lap.
Gonna have to 2-stop.
People on softs have made a bit of a risky strategy with a 2-stop. A 1-stop is possibly quicker, I believe. Oh! And look at this. It is raining. Classic 2018. Will a Ferrari do a Sebastian Vettel? is intermediates currently, as we can see in the Mercedes garage. We can see what tyres they're on, so we know it's intermediates.
Never mind. LOL.
So it looks like it's definitely going to be a 2-stop. Lewis Marshall did call it, you are right, so it's definitely a 2-stop. As we are waiting for drivers to get their strays. I do agree there. I think Aaron did bottle it. I think he's going to bottle it again. No offence to Aaron, but he is the bottlewood after all. As we are on formation lap. So to complete that grid, Luke Baker in 13th in the Mercedes. 14th is Sondre in the Renault. 15th is Aaron Collingwood in the Alfa Romeo. Kevin Harrison, who crashed out in quality in the hard tyres after doing 5 laps on him, is the McLaren of Kevin Harrison. And last place is Callum Anderson in the Mercedes, who I think did do a lap but not competitive. As we can see, someone has just murdered someone. I don't know who that was. Luke Baker has just been spun around. I don't know if Luke Baker had some difficulty there, but he just stopped on my screen. As we'll go back on with the details.
Bottlewood and Bottle how to crash first, LOL.
Possibly,
Those
yeah.
further back could have just been on wet setups then. Ha.
Well, I think my race prediction is actually going to be now Tim definitely winning, Harry Cooper second, and Can third. Lee Kelly's not the best at inters, so I don't think he's going to perform the best. Sondre could be a wild card at this race. I believe he could get 5th with the setup he has. Paco, I don't know. I think Paco's going to drop back. So.
This robot voice is slightly creepy.
I know it is. It's getting on my nerves. I turned it off and it's stayed on. So I'll get that fixed for next race.
I like it.
Well, get ready on the race now. Enough for the voice.
He is just a quality merchant in my opinion.
I agree with you on that, and Lewis. I do agree with you on that. As Lee Kelly is the leader in the Renault. Let's see what everybody can do. Line up. This is an alright camera angle. But we don't need telemetry up, so we'll just get everything ready as
I'm the quality merchant.
As we are waiting for the lights sequence.
4 5 wings.
Still no lights. I don't know what is going on. Is the lobby glitched?
Haha, Jay.
Have we got a failure with the lighting system in Germany or something? Because I don't know what is going on. I don't know if these guys are racing right now or anything, because I have got nothing. Well, except everyone in their same position. Yeah, it's glitched. Oh, I can already tell it's glitched because look where Luke Baker is. It's doing the 2018 glitch where in Hungary Lee Kelly was apparently in the lead when he wasn't. Great game, Codemasters. Still can't fix a simple bug.
Game, Cody's. It's lights out and away we go.
Yep, it is lights out, but no one's going. I don't know what I do in this position. Do we restart the lobby or what? Because if we restart the lobby, I'd need to know. Sondre, if you are in the stream, can you text me what to do? Because I do not know what.
Sandre's internet.
Oh, is internet?
Lights out and away we don't go. It is cack.
No, I don't believe it's Sondre internet. We had this problem with another division which had this similar glitch, but it was on the formation lap. It wasn't on the race lap. So.
Let's blame Sondre.
Sorry guys, you're just going to see a blue screen for a minute. Just going to Oh no. Sondre has left the session. And yeah, it was Sondre. We found the verdict. I believe a lobby restart should happen because Sondre is not in his car.
Stay.
Are you sure? Alright, so the lobby's staying as it is. Apparently Luke Baker's in the lead when he's not. As Tim has already had a crash into turn 1. As Lee Kelly is saying he's second, but he is currently the leader. As Khan is approaching right behind Lee Kelly. Is Khan going to make a very audacious dive? As actually, look at the squabble for third place. Cars everywhere. Billy Mossam hasn't had a good start, and neither has Paco and Louis Quinlan have had a great start. Oh, there's big contact. There has been huge contact with Billy Mossam, and Paco's got a 5-second time penalty collision with Louis Quinlan, as Marcel's got no front wing. As hopefully Sondre can get back into his car. He's currently in 11th.
Come on, the lobby is lagging. WTF.
I think Aaron's left us.
The restart, Luke is desynced.
Yeah, I do agree on that, Sondre. I think we should have a restart. The lobby is a bit bugged. Just to be safe, mate. It's up to you, though. If you don't think it's a restart worthy, it's like people are retiring now, I believe. Callum Hansen is out of the race, so I need to know, Matt. As Khan is currently in the lead. Still, Lee Kelly is also retired from the session. I don't know what is going on. Oh, there's a big contact, actually. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, alright, we are restarting, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah, we are restarting, ladies and gentlemen, so sorry about that. Do apologise. Well, while we wait for the invite from Sondre, I can now turn this automated voice person off again. And if she doesn't shut up, then yeah. No, it won't be in sharing and broadcast. No, it won't be in that. Do apologise for the blue screen, ladies and gentlemen. Allow. No, that's fine. Sound and screen application, theme, storage, device notification, and login parent. Accessibility. No, it won't be that, will it? As I wait for my invite, as soon as I get an invite, you'll be able to see again. As yeah, it's alright, Tim, we are having a restart, don't worry. Yeah, unfortunately I can't turn everything off, so I do apologise for that, guys. I'm just waiting for my invite from Sondre. I got the invite now. Yeah, I don't understand why that did that. Like, we haven't had this problem before, so it can't just be Sondre's internet. I don't agree. I don't believe it was Sondre's internet, because Iceman and Toxic did lag out of the session beforehand, so they could be a factor. Hopefully everyone can get into their car straight away. If Sondre needs the positions, I can quickly get him into this party if he needed it. Sorry about that blue screen for a minute. Nah, Lewis, I don't think it's the game, because this happened with it yesterday, mate. It was the exact same problem.
Too long. Watch the start, it's going to be carnage.
I don't even know what the weather was, so it was light rain at the start, but was it light rain all the way through?
The weather wore 3/4 rain and 1/4 the last was sunny.
Alright, Sondre, mate, if you got this on stream, the weather was 3/4 rain and the last block was sunny.
People need to understand that you can't just throw your car into someone and expect someone to be okay with it. 2-3 wet.
Yeah, I do agree with that, Louis.
Conditions.
Some people though are running ABS, and the ABS is kind of a problem right now with the wet weather, because if people run racing line, it tells them to brake at this point, but that's too late. You have to brake a lot earlier. I do admit, the Codemasters need to fix this problem. But yeah, guys, I do insist, be more careful with your braking, because what I saw with Louis Quinlan and Funky was a bit wrong.
Just watch the mid-pack on stream.
I saw what happened, mate. Don't worry.
Just in case.
I'll keep an eye out, Louis. I can't promise, but I'll keep an eye out. Just waiting for everybody just to rejoin the session. I don't know who we're missing. I don't know why Jack and Marcel are not getting in their cars.
Thank you.
Sorry about this delay, guys.
Brake early lap 1.
Well, brake early in every corner if it's in this. Don't brake at your expected brake points, because it will not work. You'll crash. That's why sometimes I prefer 2018, but you know.
Wait.
For God's sake.
Yeah, I agree, Lewis. People need to be careful.
What time is it now? Well, he's got till 8 minutes past. I should say, well, I don't know. When Sondre says go and he's not here, I can't just tell Sondre to wait. I understand that he's restarting his thing, so we'll give him a bit of time for that.
Last 2 blocks, sunny.
Yeah, Luke, we got it. Don't worry. Sondre will have it. He's just doing the grid right now. But the thing is now, because Marcel's left, Sondre has to wait till in case he joins back. So Marcel might be at the back. So hope Sondre can get back in. And why is there only just 15 guys?
Thanks, that helps my strategy.
Well, you already knew what the strategy was anyway, so. And yeah, welcome by the way, Luke.
Emoji happy tears.
Yep. Billy Moss needs an invite. Why is... Well, this is what does Maiden, when people just don't like tell them that they're going to continue with the race or anything like that.
Is there a free Toro Rosso?
Possibly, Jay, but I wouldn't suggest you going in that. You have to stay in the Williams for me and Sondre. Louis!
Guessing it's inters, the mediums maybe.
Alright guys, just calm down and stream for a minute. I'm trying to think here. But yeah, Jay, you can't go in any other car, because no offence to anybody in this lobby, but you're probably the fastest guy here, and the Williams, you still are outperforming that Williams, so...
the Williams is almost a second of the midfield. No point. Sorry, I love the speech thing, just listen it as funny at emoji pile of poo.
Alright man, just try and tone it down, alright? Well, it looks like Sondre has said go, it looks like, because he's readied up. And no, Tom, not everybody's on a 1 bar, it's you who's on a 1 bar apparently. Then, probably, I don't know. Let's just get going. There was 16 drive, Marcel did make it back, so let's go guys, everyone ready up. Harry ready up, Paco ready up, Baker, Tom, just everyone ready up, so we can just get going.
Have a good stream.
Yep, I will.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Let's go, boys.
It's Marcel. It's now tuning in stream. Hi, Marcel.
Who will emoji baby bottle first?
Well, obviously, it's going to be the Bottle Hawk. No offense. It's in his name, you know. But enough of that, as my prediction will stay as it was. So hope everyone takes turn 1 nice and tidy because it is going to be raining. So in us, the driving I just saw, excuse me, the driving I just saw a minute ago when we were waiting for qualification and restart wasn't the best. So guys, just chill out, take your time, and you'll be all good. And remember, brake earlier than you used to, and dries. As soon as it starts getting drier, then you can brake back at your normal zones. Okay, now this is going to be an issue. Why does it say Luke Baker and Callum Anderson have soft tyres when it's raining? Same type of weather as it was earlier. Oh, for God's sake. Please not another restart. Well, the weather's right, it's just a game doesn't understand that it should be in us. People shouldn't have instantly started because people don't have their setups yet. They've got 3 seconds to get their setups. There's underway on the formation lap as it looks. Oh, there we go. No holds or anything. Unfortunately, Kelly hasn't remade it into the session, so Lee Kelly will not be winning the race at all today since he didn't make it in time. That's very unfortunate from Lee. This is his own fault though. We did invite him, so it's unfortunate from Lee. So Tim, and there we go again, Jack's left the session. Now if this glitched the session, then it's Jack who's caused it. This better not glitch the session again, I swear, because it is getting a bit annoying now. As Tim leads the formation lap, he's on the 7th actually, so no one's on soft, so I wasn't wrong, it just was weird in the pits, that was all. As Harry is in 2nd.
Lee's probably actually crying now, LOL.
Well, Lewis, there was no need for that comment. As Khan is in 3rd with 7 inters. So everyone is on inters anyway. Tom's 4th with a bit of a gap. Marcel's in 5th. 6th is Sejonis. 7th is Jack, who's no longer in the session, which is unfortunate for the guys behind him. As Billy's actually got through the pack actually. Paco in 9th, Louis Quinlan 10th, Brandon in 11th, who's behind Jack. Luke Baker in 12th, Sondre Sorhaug in well, it's just been disqualified with Luke Baker is in 13th, Kevin Harrison in 14th, and Cameron Anderson 15th. Well, I can tell you how Sondre's feeling, Ivan. He's feeling very not confident, as I should say. It is raining. He has done some practice. He doesn't like the track at the moment. So, but you never know. Sondre could surprise us with an amazing finish.
Pretty bad already.
As he does comment in the stream. So we'll be going underway very shortly. At least this time there wasn't a glitch. Oh, I might have just opened my mouth. Oh no, we've got 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights now, 5 lights. We've got all the lights are on. They're not underway though. As two drivers have got a drive-throughs. Billy Mossam and I think Paco Suarez got a drive-through. This is very unfortunate as everyone goes into turn one. Nice and tidy. No major contact. We'll go down further in the grid. As Louis Quinlan has to be careful. He doesn't want to get contact on the first lap, especially on inners. As no one's actually spun through turn one. As Jack has just got back into his car. Hopefully this doesn't cause problems. As Jack and Tejonis are currently battling. As look at Louis Quinlan on the outside of Bran. But look at the straight line. For some reason, the Ferrari engine isn't working compared to Bran's Honda power. As Jack has to be careful. No major contact. Oh, hang on. There's a Red Bull off there. That is Tom. What is Tom doing? Why is Tom off in the track? Looks like Tom's got damage. No, he's got no damage, but he's lost a lot of positions. As we go back in front, Paco is currently in 4th. Oh, he doesn't give Marcel any room there from Paco. It looked like Marcel was on the inside. Paco has to be more spatial aware because the way Paco's not using his eyes right now. I know he's got a drive through. He has to be very careful right now. I understand Paco is eager to... Oh, there's a lot of contact from Louis Quinlan and Tom there. Tom being very aggressive on the inside of Louis Quinlan. As Jack again has lagged out of the session. This is unfortunate. I'm going to have a word with Jack about his internet connection. As everyone's fighting for the position. Sondre is in 15th. Now, is Sondre spun or is he just taking his time as Tim is in the lead? As Paco, Billy and Luke Baker serve their drive-throughs. As Tim is pulling away right now from Harry, but Can is on board with Harry right on his outside. But Marcel, I believe the Racing Point team are doing the Renault 2018 F2 sandwich tactic. Because right now, Marcel is catching, it looks like... Oh no, he's actually now losing time in the straights, but he was catching the corner between Can, but Can's now making a move on the inside of Harry Cooper. Through the hairpin, what a nice, clean and tidy move from Can on Harry Cooper. Cooper tries to go back on the outside. As Brand finally gets past the AI of Jack. But Kevin Harrison now is on the outside. What a move, especially in these conditions. On Jack there, who's still not in his car. Hopefully he gets in his car very shortly. See, still not in it. As Callum Anderson's moved up the grid.
Come on, Tim.
As Lewis Marshall is actually... oh! Someone has gone off the track. That was Luke Baker. Luke Baker's struggling currently right now on these inter tyres. As let's see who's the biggest position gainer right now. And it's actually Kevin Harrison and Callum Anderson who are in 9th and 10th. Biggest gainers, but the biggest losers is Billy Mossam with 6 position drops. Sondre has now gained 1 position after those guys had those drive-throughs. Sondre says the fastest laps. Is Sondre just chilling out, getting used to the grip on the track with the car? It's just at the fastest lap with 126. Now I know Sondre has the pace, but oh, hang on! I've just noticed Can is now in the lead. Can is on the inside of Billy. Sorry, it's on the inside of Tim. Tim just holds him back as there's more contact, it looked like there, between Tejonis and Tom there. Tom tried to get past Tejonis as there's a car out on the outside. That's Harry Cooper. Harry Cooper was 3rd and lost a lot of positions. Is now with Callum Anderson on the outside. What a move. I remember in the 2018 of the F2 season, Harry Cooper did a Sebastian Vettel. As Cooper has to be careful. Oh, as Jack, I believe, has just got back into his car. Yes, he has. Jack is now back into his car on the outside of Callum Anderson. Callum Anderson didn't expect this, but Sondre has to be careful. We'll go on a cockpit view on this. Let's see how Sondre is going to perform at the back of the grid, trying to go on the outside. But no, Callum Anderson's not doing that well with grip. He's really struggling with grip right now. And as Sondre is just waiting for that little mistake. As look at Jack. Oh, Jack and Harry Cooper. Jack didn't want to go in the pits, but Harry Cooper wanted to go in the pits, ladies and gentlemen, look like. And it's forced Jack into the pits. Jack will be furious with that. As Billy Mossam sets 126.7, as Can is now pulling away from Billy. But Marcel has actually got past Tom, it looks like. It's Tejonis and Louis Quinlan are trailing behind. As Bran then has got a big of a gap. As Kevin Harrison's the only person who's losing time to Bran. It was actually gained on him though through the hairpin. Will he lose it on the exit? No, he stays with him on the exit actually. He's getting closer. It's a possible battle there as Billy Mossum and Paco Suarez are battling for 12th right now. But Jack will be absolutely furious that he had to pit this early. Oh, as the yellow flag's through sector 2, is that Louis Quinlan? Yes, it is. Oh, Sondre had to do it, avoiding action. That is very unfortunate from Louis Quinlan. I didn't catch if he lost control of the car or get hit there. That is very unfortunate as we go back on board with Kevin Harrison right now, who's back on board with Bran. Right on the back of Bran, getting him on the brakes. It's just a straight line. Somehow that Honda is actually better than the McLaren as Tom sets a 126 flat, the new fastest lap of the Grand Prix. As Kevin Harrison is on board. As TTG White is saying, oh my god, Sondre, but Sondre doesn't like this track. He's currently in 9th, but there is yellows in sector 1. Now, who is that? I don't know who that was, but someone has crashed. But Kevin Harrison is now on board with Brandon Glover. As Harry did want to pit, because now he is in the pits. As is Kevin Harrison going to go for a dive? Yes, he is. Look at Kevin being eager on the inside. No, but he backs out of it. As Jack again is lagged out of the session. It's very unfortunate for Jack. Jack needs to get his internet fixed if he wants to be in the IRL F2 season, because with this connection problem, isn't good for the rest of the drivers, since ghosting is off, can be a problem. As Kevin runs extremely wide there in that section. I don't understand why. He was maybe dirty air may have caused that. As we go back on the board with a battle for first place actually. As I've just noticed, Can is actually the one who may have lost it in sector 1. He's now from the lead to 5th place. As Louis Quinlan has got a 3-second time penalty. As Tack is on the back of Billy. There is a 7. From 1st to 7th scrap for the lead. Wow, actually now no, it's 1st to 5th scrap now for the lead. As Tack's got a better run, a lot of better run than Tim. Tim Bruce is trying, there we go, now Paco's set the fast lap 125.6, however that isn't the best. He needs the race pace if he wants to get up with everybody else. 1 lap pace isn't the best he can do. As now Tom, here comes Tom round. I'm going to have to use this camera angle because now Jack's speed, we're 124.3. Tom's teammate, but Tom is on the inside, but look at that, he just doesn't have the straight line. Oh, bit of contact there, but Tom goes for a big lunge, as actually Tim's got a bit of damage to his front wing. As Marcel says, thanks for the free position from Tom as he runs wide. This isn't good for Tom. There's a bigger battle right now, as Can got a problem with his tyres, because currently there's a huge battle right now. Let's look at Tom right on the back of Marcel there, trying to find an opening on the outside. As you can see, I'm very calm, my voice not like Italy where I was very loud, where there was a lot of moves going, but this is a very clean and calm race currently right now. As Tom is on the inside of Marcel, this is a very audacious move, staying on the outside, going for the switchback. Isn't the best place to make a move, it can be done, but in the very best place. As we now can see Tack on the approach to attack Marcel. If Marcel wants a chance to attack Tim, this is it. But I know Tim and Marcel are very good mates, so Marcel could be playing the tactic here of holding Tom up. Which he can do that if he wants. If he doesn't want to win this race, he can do that. And look how close Tom is. He's right on his gearbox, looking for the inside line. Doesn't get it, but he's just going on the outside. This isn't good for Tom. It would be better to go on the inside, but actually, hang on a minute, there is a new factor to be played here. Can is now approaching on this battle. Tom goes wide. Cam is going for the switchback. Oh, almost touching wheels, Marcel and Tom. This is great racing from Tom Marcel, but this could end in blows right now. No, clean racing from these two. Fighting tooth and nail as Marcel runs wide.
Oh, Gerard, good job on second last night in F6.
Well, I did get third, but without the disqualification, it was second. But we can't mention the leagues. I'm sorry to say there, Lewis, but thank you anyway. As Marcel is lost a position from Tack. Oh, bit of contact with the nose there from Marcel on Tack's rear end. Hope that hasn't caused any wing damage. But Billy Moss, not Billy, I keep getting Tim and Billy mixed up. Tim has got wing damage to his car, but is still pulling away. This is a huge scrap, Can versus Marcel, with both McLaren's 5th and 6th. Will there be team orders in play from Tijonis and Kevin Harrison right now? As here comes Can. Is Can going to go for the lunge into turn 2? No, he stays behind. Very smart. He's got the long straight to go to. This is what I'd do anyway, even if it was raining or dry. As now Can is approaching Marcel. Go on the cockpit view. He's not gaining on the slipstream, but he's going for a lunge, it looks like. Yes, he is. A very late lunge from Can. Shoves Marcel wide. Questionable, but we have seen drivers do that in the past, and Can just doesn't have the pace where it matters. As Sondre is currently in 9th, another person who's doing well currently right now, as is actually ahead of Paco Suarez. And Paco is not doing the best as ability right now. So if Paco wants to get back up to speed, he needs to start pushing. Because right now, if he wants a chance to get a win in the summer season, he has to fight. But currently Can and Marcel are coming to blows right now, and this is coming to Tijonis into play and Kevin Harrison. Now, the way it's going, I believe Tijonis may let Kevin Harrison through. In my opinion, I would let that happen, because then Kevin Harrison has got a higher chance, and there we go. Tijonis is actually a very weird place to do it, because now that is going to open the door for Bran. Bran is now going to make a move on the inside into turn 2. That was a mistake from Tijonis. He could have done it into the main straight. That was a very mistake there. Oh, as Bran's almost lost it. A great save there from Bran. But Callum Anderson, I think, touched the rear end of Bran there. And we're back on the front. Can and Marcel. Can is on the inside of Marcel. Marcel is defending the outside line. Can squeezes him a little bit, but look at Marcel. But the Marcel tries to switch back, but fails at his attempt. We're going to stay on this helicopter view. Nice view it is. Marcel's just staying on behind of Kevin Harrison. But actually, hang on a minute. Look at the battling behind. Brandon Glover, Callum Anderson, Sondre passing his fellow Norwegian, as Tijonis now moves to 9th place from 5th to 9th. Just for letting Kevin Harrison through. Look how quickly he dropped within a lap. As Callum Anderson is not giving Bran any space to pull away. Callum is showing the pace of that Mercedes compared to that Honda engine. That's currently, I've just noticed, where is Jay? Jay's actually not even in the lobby, which is surprising. So we lost Jay, we lost Lee Kelly, and we lost somebody else. I don't know who else we lost, but here comes Callum Anderson. Still no retirements. Louis Quinlan comes for his first pit stop, scheduled pit stop. He could have done another 2 laps, I believe. Minimum wear, probably 10 laps on inters. But if you want to make a 2-stop work, I'd be pushing one set to 14 or 12 at least. Oh yeah, we lost Aaron as well. So that's very unfortunate there. As Callum Anderson now making a move on Bran on the inside into the hairpin now. Oh, actually look at that. Paco shoving Billy Mossam almost off the track there. Very aggressive defending from Paco Suarez. Aggressive drive between these two. No love lost or anything, as Brandon is now starting to tiny bit pull away. As currently we'll stay on board with this. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Callum Anderson exceed track limits there. As now Sondre is in attack mode. Is, as people would say, hammer time for Hamilton, but it's bottle time for Sondre. Will Sondre bottle before Callum Anderson, or will he pass Callum Anderson or catch up with him? Catch up with Bran and pass and start pulling away from these two, as these two are squabbling for 6th place. Now I know Sondre is a very good attacker when he needs to be. I know I've dealt with him and I've always lost. As Sondre and Tijonis are still catching up with these two, but this is a mega battle for 6th place right now. As now Tack is now starting to catch on Tim. We will go on board with that very soon. But we'll go on board with that later on when the gap gets around about 3/10 to 4/10. As currently Callum Anderson still behind Bran as Bran's pulling away, but Sondre is actually catching up again. Look at Paco. Oh, there's contact between Sondre. Sondre's got wing damage with Callum Anderson. Sondre did the bottle. I called it, ladies and gentlemen. Would it be a bottle? Yes, it is. Sondre bottled there under the braking and has lost a bit of his wing there. That is unfortunate. Had a bit of contact with Callum Anderson, and this is to give Billy and Paco a free position, ladies and gentlemen. So Brandon will be actually happy with Sondre's efforts, as he'll be thinking, thank you for getting Callum Anderson away from me, as we'll stay on board with this battle between Paco and Billy. As Paco needs to be a bit careful, give people a bit more space there. That was a bit close for comfort for Billy there, it looked like. Because Billy's had to back off a lot actually there.
Yeah, it looks like Sondre outbraked himself and collected Callum.
It's very unfortunate there. As look at Billy already gaining, as am I seeing this correctly, but has Ferrari done a Fernando Alonso tactic, switched off the display a bit, because the bottom part of the display in the cockpit view for the Ferrari is switched off. As Billy Mossam is right behind again Paco Suarez. But the battle for the lead is intense, and I have just seen the overtake from Tom attempting to try and get past Tim, but doesn't work out and loses more time. If he wants to make the position work, he's going to have to go on the inside, as it's heavy damage on Sondre's left part of the wing. He's lost an end plate. This isn't good for Sondre. But Tim's also got damage as well, and so now we will go on in the battle with the lead. Right now, because this is the most intense battle between Tom and Tim, because now if these two crash, Can instantly takes the lead. Can was in the lead at the start of the race, but then he made a mistake into turn 1 and dropped to 5th, I believe. And now he's currently 3rd, which at the moment is alright for him.
Bottle Haug at his best.
As Marshall says, Bottle Haug at his best. I do agree there. As currently Tim will still take the lead of the championship, will extend that lead. So I believe 60 points, I believe it will be, if he holds lead. I know it's early on, it's only laps 13 out of 34. Let's see what we got. As here comes Tack. Now in attack mode, yellow's in sector 3. Now I will go on board straight away if I know who that is. Nope, no one has popped up yet, but I think it's Cooper. Oh, it's Sondre. As Tack again goes on the outside, but fails to make the move, but this time is a lot closer to Tim. Now the way Tom's attempting these moves are not working really that well, so he needs to think of another strategy, another way to get past Tim, I mean. Tom has to think of another strategy, because the way he's going isn't working at all. And he's losing a lot of time, because now Can is slowly catching. Every time they battle and make a mistake, he's slowly catching. I've got to say, that Red Bull was really struggling on the outs, running wide. Is that me, or do I see a... No, that isn't a dry line forming. I thought that was a dry line forming then. As it's yellow to sector 2. Is that Sondre and Luke Baker? No, it's Sondre Sorhaug who's lost it again. Ladies and gentlemen, is Sondre going to retire the car? As Harry Cooper has retired the car. 10-second attempt. That is a bit harsh for Sondre, just to let guys out of his way, as we go back on board with Tim and Tom's battle. Oh, Tom a bit on the grass, going to lose him a lot of time and a lot of speed, which is now going to stop him doing it. Is Sondre going to go into the pits? Yes, he is. Now, oh, he almost loses it. Now, what is Sondre doing? Well, we'll go back on board with Marcel and Kevin Harrison, because now Marcel's getting troubled by Kevin. Now, the person with the freshest tyres is Louis Quinlan. And now Sondre, actually, but Sondre's in 14th. Another penalty for Paco Suarez. 3-second time penalty. Yellows in sector 2. That is Callum Anderson to Jonas. Callum Anderson looks like he has come to blows with Jonas, and Callum Anderson has retired from the session. So Callum is out. There is yellow flags in sector 2. So yet again, that Red Bull is underperforming right now. He needs to get past Tim because he knows he's faster than Tim. But he's just losing time, and this has now opened the door for Can. I believe he's actually lost a bit of time, actually. Oh no, gained a bit of time. I don't know. I can't really tell what the gap was last time. As Kevin Harrison and Marcel will go on the battle for 4th place. It's Marcel giving a bit of room for Kevin, but showing Kevin that he's still there. Runs a bit wide, almost shoves Kevin into the grass. Great battling from these two, but that Mercedes engine is just going to say to the McLaren, if you want speed, you've got to have either the Ferrari or the Merc engine, because that Renault in a straight line isn't the fastest, as Marcel was pointing out. But Kevin Harrison stays in the slipstream, does the switchback, and is still alongside, and is ahead of Marcel.
Can pass Tim, and Tim has damage.
As Kevin Harrison is in 4th place, has just sealed the deal from Marcel. But Marcel does a great switchback. Is he going to attempt to move what he tried to me in F2 2018 Germany, which was a thorn in my side, almost cost me my championship, but he doesn't. Marcel be smart, especially in these conditions. He backs out of it, but maybe go for the move on the home straight. As I do recall, Tim has got... Oh, hang on a minute. Who has crashed in sector 1? As there is safety car. Now, who's going to go in? Marcel is a lucky devil. Marcel is in the pits with a fresh set of tyres. So is Bran. So is Paco. And Billy Mossam, Luke Baker, Tejonis, Iceman. Oh, Iceman's not even in the session, I don't believe. As Louis Quinlan will be possibly coming in the pits. But what about Sondre? Will Sondre risk coming in the pits? As
Marcel, lucky boy.
Yeah, I know, but Tim should use this as his advantage. He's done 15 laps on those inters. Now all he has to do for 2-stop is pit every 10 laps. But if he's now, he could actually attempt the 1-stop. Probably 4 more laps, and then he could take the then go inters. But oh, Tack needs to be careful. Still getting a bit too close to Tim, because Tim can't go any faster. The safety car is ahead of him. This is what does my head in with certain drivers, because they expect the guy in front to go faster when they can't. The safety car is in front. He restricted that delta, as a lot of people have pitted. Sondre hasn't, and he hasn't actually gained any time. Sondre's still in turn 1. Sondre's lost a lot of time. Oh, the nose cone is just touching that safety car. And Tim hits the safety car. And I'm not going to call it, ladies and gentlemen, but I believe Tim and Tom are going to be disqualified, because this is a glitch what's happened before, because all of these have now passed the safety car. No? Wow, I'm very surprised. I did this last time and I got disqualified, so they're very lucky. They must have fixed that. As Marcel hasn't pitted because he's already got a fresh set of tyres, and he now leads this race with Paco Suarez in P2, Billy Mossam in P3, and Brandon Glover in 4th place. Luke Baker in 5th. Tejonis in 6th, Can in 7th, 8th is Kevin Harrison, Tim has just come out of the pits in 9th, Tom in 10th, Jack in AI, I believe, is in 11th, Louis Quinlan is still 12th, Sondre is still taking a while to catch up though, 12.8 seconds in 13th place. As Marcel will have a huge smile on his face that he is in the lead.
Safety can change the race.
True. But Marcel has to be careful now though. He's got Paco, Billy, as Tejonis is retired under the safety car. Now, what has happened? Has he called it quits? Or has he just lost control of the car? I think he's just called it quits. Now, I don't know why. Oh, apparently, just some inside information. Jonas and Marcel did come to contact since Callum has apologised to Jonas, but that was before Callum retired. The safety car is still out. Wait a minute. As Tat gets a 5-second time penalty with a severe collision, as Tim repits. Has he gotten more wing? Yes, he has. Under the safety car, he's got more wing damage. So is it a bottle from Tim? Could this be where his championship, like Vettel's in real life, went to blows? It is in a Ferrari. It is a German. It is Germany. We'll wait and see. As Marcel is in the lead, comfortable lead when he gets under power, because Paco isn't the best at restarts, I've noticed. Paco's still getting used to no TC as well, so I think Marcel may have the upper hand. Now, I know I'm being a bit negative to Paco, but no, if Paco wins today, he deserves it. But I think Marcel from now on is, from the end of this race, just going to dominate. As I believe the safety car will come in this lap. However, the safety car lights are off. Now, I don't know if there's a bug here, because I think the safety car will be coming in this lap anyway. Sondre is now back in 10th.
In supporting Marcel and Bran for the win.
Yeah, same here. I'm going to support Bran and Marcel, I believe there. They're my favourite to win anyway, I believe. If anybody else wins, well done. They deserve it as well. As is the safety car coming in. Stack still 5 seconds from Tim. Oh, hang on a minute. What is Billy Mossam trying to attempt? Yeah, again, the safety car isn't coming in. Now, there is dry. It looks like it's going to dry very soon. Like, the rain has died down. It looks like a tiny bit. As the safety car does come in, it didn't notify me that it was coming in, or I just didn't see it. As we're underway back to racing speed, as Marcel gets a good start. But look again, Paco is struggling and already under attack from Billy Mossam. As Paco exceeds track limits by a lot there. Where is everybody from the safety car? I don't understand this. We had a weird restart. As Marcel currently in the lead, but Paco wants the pole. Paco wants first place, but look at that. He's not even getting in on the straight. He's actually losing time. But Billy Mossam isn't. Billy Mossam is gaining on the straights, going to go for the lunge into the inside yet again. Paco doesn't see him coming. And look at that aggressive defending from Paco Suarez. If Paco is not careful, this could be coming to a crash. And look at that yet again. Paco not giving space. This could be investigated under the streets as there's more contact between Brandon and Luke Baker. And look at Paco just coming back on the track there dangerously. That will be investigated between Paco and Billy Mossam. Hopefully Billy has saved his replay this time, because if it isn't, we can't investigate it. But that was very
silly pick.
Yeah, very aggressive from Paco there. As now could have cost him the win if he had the chance to do it. As now Marcel is already a second ahead of Billy. But look at that. I don't understand that technique from Paco there. Ooh, look at Luke Baker. He's eager, but look at Can. Can is on the back of Luke Baker and Paco Suarez and Bran. But Can has got better straight line speed than Luke Baker, as his yellows in sector 1. That is Louis Quinlan. I don't know where that is, but he has crashed. Very big crash there, as it looks like Luke Baker is actually the first one to make a move, or a defensive move on Can, to stop Can getting the position. Oh, more contact between Luke Baker and Can. I don't believe Luke Baker saw he was there. Now that is very unfortunate there for Can. Can was on the outside. In my opinion, could have backed out and gone for the switcheroo, but Luke Baker might have not seen him, which is unfortunate there, as Kevin Harrison is going to say thank you and take those 3 positions, as Brandt is pulling away from Paco already, but Billy is now starting to catch up with Marcel. Now this is surprising me, because Billy was right at the back of the field. Now, I don't know if the Ferrari team have said, Tim, you're going to have no power, and Billy, you're going to have all the power you can have, and give Billy the chance to attack Marcel, because Tim is 6.9 seconds off Sondre. Is there damage on Billy's car? No damage I can see right now, but look at Billy. Billy's right on the back of Marcel. This isn't the only battle though. There's another battle between Can and Luke Baker. So we'll stay on board with the battle with the lead. I don't believe Marcel's won a race yet in the summer season. Marcel would like to win a race. I don't know why it gives us this cam review. Is Billy going to go for a dive? Yes, Billy is going to go for the dive. Marcel sees him coming. You see a great spatial awareness there from Marcel and Billy. Tried to avoid contact. There's a bit of contact between Luke Baker and Can, but Luke Baker fights off Can and loses the position. Now, yeah, Jack's still not in the session, but Tom is now caught up. Now, Luke Baker has to settle his 7th, excuse me, as Can is currently now in 6th.
The bastard spun me. I was already back in the points, and on the inside was on space. WTF, what a dirty bastard.
I want to see you put that comment. It will be removed straight after. Well, Tim, if you've got the footage of the incident, report it to me, but I have to remove that comment. Just send the footage to me when you're done, mate. As there was contact between Tim and Louis Quinlan, you just heard that. As Billy Mossam is still behind Marcel. Now, I don't know if Marcel has got more ERS than Billy. Well, Billy's using more ERS than Marcel. As Billy's going round the outside in the racing line, so he should have more grip. Billy brakes later, but look at Marcel's defensive line. Tighter turn in and defend the line, but this is making Bran possible for a win here. Now, I wasn't expecting Bran to come out and to try and win this race. No offence to Bran there, but he was not in my prediction.
The safety car fucked all up, and then I got again wing damage, and then comes this F bastard.
As I'm sorry.
Ben loves the wet.
As I can see, oh, there's contact with Billy and Marcel in that corner. And yet again, Tim, just tone down with the language, mate. We know you're a bit annoyed, but, you know, just send the incident and it will be dealt with, alright? As Billy Mossam had a bit of contact there with Marcel, and now Bran will be loving this. Because now Bran is catching up. Paco's still in 4th place, doing a magnificent job in that Haas. Especially when he's not the most confident driver in the wet conditions, as Kevin Harrison is now catching up in the McLaren, only 6/10 behind. Ooh, bit of twitching from the Toro Rosso there. And it looks like it's going to dry up very shortly. We do know there will be dries later on, but I believe it might dry up in the next 5 to 8 laps time. Because there is sun breaking out of the clouds. Look how close Brand going and trying to attempt the outside move there on Billy. But if I was Brand, I would just let these two fight. If these two take each other out, make the free position and then attack the leader. Or if they both take each other out, take the lead. Because this could be a crash waiting to happen, as Billy is just stuck behind Marcel. As we notice, he's in a black helmet. Something happened yesterday in Texas, so he's supporting that with the black helmet. So all our respects go to the people in Texas, I think it was. As Billy Mossam is right behind Marcel. Billy wasn't a factor to try and win this race. Neither was Brandon, but Marcel was. Now Marcel will defend for his life to hold this position. but Billy has got a great run out of turn 1. Coming on the outside, Marcel doesn't squeeze him like everybody else has been doing to certain drivers. Marcel defends the inside line. Now that is his first defensive move, I believe. Oh, look at that move from Billy Moss around the outside into turn 3. Coming down the main straight, takes the inside line of Marcel. Has got the straight line speed of Marcel and just showing Bran how it's done, and takes the lead of this race. Oh, or does he? Marcel is now coming back on the outside. He's going to cockpit view on Bran. No contact as Tim takes the... Oh, big contact there for Marcel. Now that will definitely be investigated there. That is just, as I said, would be contact, and Bran gets the free position. Billy has to be careful. He's being very aggressive with Bran there, but Bran holds P2 as Marcel was in the wrong there a little bit. Shouldn't have really shunted him. I don't know if he missed his braking point, but that 5-second penalty was harsh. Now that 5-second penalty could be removed because there was no way Billy could stop that car. So that will be investigated.
Friends, just saying thank you very much right now.
I bet he is. I bet he's licking his lips with Marcel spinning out right now. As Kevin Harrison's just got a 3-second time penalty. Is ahead of Paco Suarez, I've just noticed. As I'm staying on board with Paco Suarez and Kevin Harrison and Can. So Can is now caught up to this battle. Can is faster than both of these drivers in the Sauber, it looks like right now. As Tim's just got another 3-second time penalty. You see the battle for the lead is heating up. But I wouldn't count Tom out yet though. As Paco is losing time, however there is now a 3-wide battle for first. Bran and Billy attempting to attack Marcel and make him scared of them two to force him into a mistake.
I need to practice ILR but want to watch this LOL. When comes the I? Son.
Probably another 4 or 5 laps. Might not even approach, mate. It might, because there's only a few laps left, and it's Sondre's made it.
In the last block, where is the sun?
As I'm trying to explain, mate, I don't believe it's going to dry quickly enough. Even though it may say it's sunny, sometimes it may not dry quickly enough. It can vary. As Bran is egging up Marcel, he is the only one who's close enough to the leader right now, as Billy's just behind Bran. But we know Bran, he's very patient, he's very calm and relaxed. Same as Marcel though, so these two are very similar with their racecraft, very good at attacking and defending, but sometimes can bottle, as Marcel's struggling for grip. Now 10 laps on these tyres, they won't last 20 laps. Even on 2018 you could risk doing that, but look how close again Bran gets to that wall. So there will be a second pit stop, so has to be a second pit stop. As Tim and Tom and Can and Kevin, I don't believe, may have to make a second stop. They could try and risk it, but I think the safest option would be able to pit. As is it me or has Luke Baker made a mistake? Because I know Jack isn't in his car yet. Let's look at this 3-wide battle. Marcel, Bran and Billy. These three are doing amazing drivers. We're going to go on board with Billy. Back on board with Bran as he's the defending car. Let's look at Billy. Aggressive, moves to the left but goes back in. Can't find a straight line speed compared to the Honda engine. Bran is trying to get out of that dirty air, but it is not working. Marcel is doing all what he needs to do. And now if this was dry, Marcel would have to face Bran and Billy at their very best with his best in the dry weather, because they're not at their very best right now because it enters, so they'll be more careful. They're not as aggressive. We did see an aggressive attempt from Billy there as Billy tries again on the inside, doesn't go for the move, backs out of it but scares Bran. Now this is what Billy has to do if he wants second place, is scare Bran to make him make a mistake. But this is helping Marcel pull away, so he can't scare him too much, because then Marcel's just going to pull away into that second gap and go. As no one's set the new fastest lap yet, because let's see who holds the fastest lap currently, who will get the extra point. It's currently Jack, but I don't know if that will be accepted because it's his AI. It's not him, as there's yellows in sector 3. Now is that, as I believe that might have been Can, because Can was right behind Paco Suarez and now he's P9. As Luke Baker goes for a bit of a lunge on Sondre. Sondre is closing the door. Look at this 4-wide scrap right now for P7.
How has the AI got the fastest
I don't even know.
Emoji happy tears.
Just go back for the battle for the lead. This is where Billy was having problems with Marcel, but this is what happens when you're the leader in these conditions. It's a very hard track to pass. The only way you can have a good chance of passing is in the straight, but then you can't pull away. It's especially like this in the dries as well. So Marcel's doing an amazing job holding this lead. He's holding it for 12 laps. Again, Gillis in sector 3. That is Sondre. Sondre is around. Now, was there contact? And who was that contact with? Because he has wing damage. Sondre, I don't know what Sondre is doing except mowing the lawn, but Sondre needs to pit to get a new front wing and just steal that fastest lap and stop somebody else getting it, as we'll go back on board with Bran.
Happy tears.
As Bran comes back and Billy goes 3 wide into the hairpin. Billy does an aggressive move. What a move from Billy there. Attempt anyway, but what a attempt there. Very aggressive. Sondre has retired from the session, as if he wants to join the party to do the rest of the comms for me, he can, and tell him what's happened. It's up to him. I have sent him an invite. It's up to him though, as currently Marcel is in the lead, still holding this lead with a huge battle for 7th. 6th now is Paco. Actually, he's lost a lot of positions. Paco is struggling. I was right. This isn't good. He's not good in the inters like he was on the last game, so it's unfortunate for me. Hang on a minute, is that? No, there isn't traffic ahead. There's a virtual safety car. Now, will anybody dive into the pits? Nope. No one's pitting. Now, I said these guys may pit again. I was wrong. No need now. But I think one of them are going to get a puncher. I think.
Well, that could have gone better.
Well, Sondre, if you want to join me in the comms for the end of the race, mate, I've already sent you an invite, so it is open if you need. As Marcel is in first. As the virtual safety car ends, gets a decent exit. Billy loses a bit of time, but Bran. Is this Bran's key moment to get past Marcel? Is he going to go for the big dive? Let's see what Bran's going to do on the brakes. Attempts the outside, but what about Billy? No, Billy doesn't. Ooh, car almost snaps away from Bran there. Excuse me there. As currently Bran is right on the back of Marcel. Just looking for, this is the best chance he's going to get, because that Mercedes engine will pull away from it in the straight, so he has to go for a lunge somewhere if he wants that position. But Marcel's starting to struggle again. This is what it was like last season in F2. He was struggling at the end part of the race. And this is where Bran can exploit Marcel's weakness. Marcel is a pad user. Bran isn't. Bran's a wheel user. This is where the wheel users start to come in play. Marcel's, look at the, now here comes Bran. Marcel does his defensive line on the inside. Bran locks up his tyres there. He's right front, but look at Bran. He is holding the defensive line, shoves out Marcel, but this has opened the door for 3 wide scrap right now as Billy is attempting to go on the inside of Bran, has got past, but Marcel closes the door, almost contact with him and Bran. Very good miss and try from these two as Bran and Billy are not done yet, as Marcel is somehow holding the lead from these two. Oh, bit of contact there from Bran and Billy. Almost a bit of side pod glitch there, as Marcel must be loving this, as I'm now starting to lose my voice. As Marcel and I keep getting Marcel and Billy mixed up. Billy and Bran are still battling, as Billy has actually made that fast right work, but Bran is on his outside. Is he going to go for the lunge? Yes, he is. But Bran locks up almost as a Sebastian Vettel there. Could have been chaotic for his race, as these two are scrapping. This isn't a fight. This isn't a battle. This is a war for first place. Bran in third, second in Billy, and the leader currently Marcel. Will Bran or Billy get past Marcel ever, or will Marcel hold for another 2 laps and win round 5 of the summer season German Grand Prix? Bran is losing a bit of time now to Billy, as he got damaged. No damage as I can see currently, as Kevin Harrison looks like he's gaining on him, as Tim and Luke Baker has pitted. I did say it would be a struggle to make these tyres last. Now Luke Baker and Tim could steal the fastest lap and get that extra point, because there's only 10 cars left. As Billy is approaching the inside line, making the move. That Ferrari engine should have the better engine than the Merc, as they were the fastest in the pre-season, because this was after pre-season patch round 1, and Ferrari, I believe, oh no, Bottas won the first race, didn't he? As Billy is in the same scenario. Oh, actually no, he's not. Is Billy going to go for the lunge? Billy tries the attempt he did on Bran and didn't work for Marcel, but it worked for Bran. But look at Billy. Oh, that's cost him. Bottle, and an aggressive move from Billy demotes him to 4th place. Very unfortunate. Actually, might demote him to 5th, because look at Billy. He can't get back onto the track in time, and Tom has said thank you very much to 4th. Brad will be happy with that for P2. There's a bit of contact there though. That was a bit of aggressive move from Billy to Marcel. What if Marcel and Billy have the footage, and if Marcel wants that investigating, it can be investigated. But now the only person who can challenge Marcel 2 laps from in, who I don't think is going to challenge, is Bran. 9/10 the gap is currently, and the only way this is going to change is if Marcel has a puncher and crash, or he makes a mistake into one of the corners and Bran doesn't. Well, currently Marcel is holding the lead and is now actually pulling away. That's the only battle on track we have currently right now is Tom and Billy Mossam, a Ferrari versus a Red Bull. Now it's usually the Ferrari what's had the upper hand, but it looks like Tom is now telling Billy, you're not getting this 4th place, you made a mistake, you've laid your bed, you can deal with it. Looks like Tom is going to hold 4th, because look at that braking. Like, Billy gains on the brakes, like he's really late braking, but he just loses his time. Like, why brake late if you're going to lose a lot of time with the exit? Tom's taking nice lines and Billy's not. As Bran, somehow Bran has caught 5/10. Now Bran has got a 3-second time penalty. This now could be crucial for the league, so I don't know if Marcel's got one. As now let's have a look at the fastest lap. AI still has the fastest lap with Luke Baker, and Tim still can't get the fastest lap. No one even, well, the only people who are close is Tom. As this is the final attempt for Bran. Will Bran take the lead of this Grand Prix? As Bran goes round the outside, locks up. Will Bran nick it? Goes for the switchback. doesn't get the best exit, and Marcel defends his line. Luke Baker finally gets the fastest lap. No, sorry, Tim gets the fastest lap. Stops Jack's AI getting it with a 124 flat. As a bit of contact from Bran and Marcel there, as I just saw, as Marcel is really struggling in his tyre life. Will Bran do a Billy? A big lunge? Or will he hold P2? He's too far away to go for the lunge, and it looks like it is. Now, will Marcel hold the lead with penalties? Or will Bran or anybody else take it? Kevin Harrison could take it right now, actually, because he's in the gap. Now, if Marcel and Bran have got penalties, Kevin Harrison could win this race. Let's see. Here comes Marcel. P1, Bran in P2. Kevin Harrison stays third, with Tom in P4, Billy in P5. An alright drive from Paco, but aggressive drive nonetheless, and holds P5, moves to P5, but may get put P6 if any incidents have to be investigated. Can P7, sorry, P6 as well. Billy's had a lot of penalties. P7 as the AI of Iceman in P8, as Luke Baker and Tim will round off the grid in 9th and 10th, I believe.
Yours in sector 3, is that Tim? Tim is doing donuts unnecessarily.
He's just saying thank you to his home crowd for being here and supporting him, looks like. Has he run out of fuel? Yeah, he's run out of fuel. And look at it, ladies and gentlemen, now DRS is enabled, so now it would have gone sunny, so it wasn't quick enough to sun. It's unfortunate. But Tim rounds off to take the fastest lap of the race, so he gets 2 points. 1 point for finishing 10th, and 1 point for fastest lap.
The German crowd something to cheer about.
Do agree with that, Sondre there. As I'm going to have to say it, my drive of the day is Marcel. Amazing defending, great attacking, and just relaxed, no mistakes from him. Brandon would have got it if Brandon overtakes Marcel, but great defending there from Marcel. Brandon in second place, Kevin Harrison in third, so well done for Kevin Harrison to get third, to get some McLaren, I believe, first podium in the summer season, I believe. So, well, when the patch, I believe, because Sondre and Lee did get them a podium. As there'll be a lot of incidents probably to be investigated, so yeah, we'll wait and see as we'll go through the top 10 who finished. Marcel wins the race with his fast start with a 124.9. Bran takes second, Kevin Harrison takes third, Tom in fourth, Paco fifth, Can in sixth, Wide Lord Billy in seventh as Billy Mossam. As eighth is Jack, it's AI, but I don't think that will count, as Luke Baker and Tim are 9th and 10th. Now I don't know if those two will get moved because Jack's AI was 8th, but we'll wait and see. Sondre retired in 11th. Louis Quinlan also retired in 12th. Tijonis in 13th, retired on track. Callum Anderson and Harry Cooper also retired in 14th and 15th. But great racing from Marcel from 5th on the grid to get pole. Great driving from the top 3, amazing battling, and unfortunate from Billy with that contact with Marcel, which cost him a podium, which gave Kevin Harrison a good podium position. As this has been IRL Summer Season Round 5 Germany. I've been your host, Neon_X Rapid, as Jared Fosbury, as your F2 champ. As we will meet you for round 6 next week, and we'll tune in for the GT Sports race next week on Saturday as well. And we'll see you guys then. Goodbye for now.